Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been quite a while. Today is January the 5th, and for the first time in probably 3 years, they're actually calling for us to get some measurable snow. The forecasts are conflicting, so we could get a bunch of snow, but most likely we're going to get snow and then ice and then maybe a little snow again. But I got to get ready because you know what? I might finally get to plow the driveway a little bit. So let's get in here and look at the tractor. Oh. That's probably not the tractor you were expecting to see. So guys, let's talk about this tractor. This is a 1975 wheel horse model B-80 4-speed, which is 3 forward, 1 reverse. It has a Kohler K181 8 horsepower engine, and compared to the tractors that you would buy today, and I use the word tractor loosely, the mowers that you would buy today at your Home Depot or your box store, there is no comparison. This tractor would pull one of those 17, 18 horsepower tractors backwards all day long. Why is that? Well, let me tell you. I even made some notes. This tractor this year, by the way, is 50 years old. As I said, it's 8 horsepower. Just the tractor without a mower deck weighs 540 pounds. As I said, it's a 4-speed transmission. The blade probably weighs, I'm going to guess, 75 pounds. And I've got an additional set of wheel weights on there, 45 a side, so another 90 pounds. So this thing, as it sits, weighs roughly 700 pounds, give or take. I looked online. I pulled up a John Deere tractor at Home Depot and Lowe's and all those places. I'm not picking on John Deere. This applies to your Yardman and all your MTD stuff. But the John Deere S100, which they sell at all the box stores, is a 17 and a half horsepower hydrostatic tractor. It weighs 414 pounds, so just a little more than half. It retails for $23.99. And I'm not casting any shade. I mean, if you just want to buy a cheap mower, and all you're ever going to do with it is cut grass, there's some sense to be had for those. Certainly it's going to steer better than this. It'll have a tighter turning radius, and you have the convenience of a hydrostatic drive. But I don't use this to cut grass. I do use it. I've pushed a lot of snow. That's the main purpose this tractor serves. But I use it when I'm using a broadcast spreader to put down grass seed and fertilizer, lime, stuff like that. And for that, it's just a beast. That gear drive transmission and all that weight, the gearing of that transmission, yeah, it's a monster. So let's talk about this thing and pushing some snow. This thing is a manual blade, but unlike a lot of blades, and maybe you can see me or not, but from the operator station, I can lift the blade, I can angle the blade. It'll angle that far either way and lock. So it's got about 5 positions that it can work on. Got some pretty bright LEDs. In fact, I've got one on the back as well so I can see what I'm doing. These tractors are available with a quick attach mower deck, snow blade on the front. You can get snow blowers for these. You can get rear tillers. Some of the larger tractors can accommodate a plow. You could hook it to this one, but I think you'd be taxing it at that point. Mid-mount grader blade to go underneath the bottom, sickle mowers that come out on the side, all sorts of stuff. So a tractor like this is not for everybody, but I love these wheel horse tractors. My favorite model, if you're familiar with the line, is the C160. I'd really like to have one of those, the 8-speed version. But maybe another time. And I'll tell you one other thing when you're comparing this tractor to a modern tractor. Now, I don't know specifically about that John Deere that I mentioned, but my neighbor has a similar tractor, that kind of ilk, and he needed some help with it, and so I had to take the deck off of that tractor. And I will tell you this, and I don't believe I'm exaggerating, I could remove this blade, attach the mower deck, make a few laps around my yard cutting grass, come back, take that deck off and put this blade back on faster than you can get that deck off that tractor. They're not made to come off, at least my experience. Maybe John Deere has a better system than the Craftsman or whatever it was my neighbor had, but you know, they all kind of look the same, so there you go. Really good design. It's a shame they don't make these tractors anymore. I think basically they just priced themselves out of business, and by that I mean they made a super heavy-duty tractor that people bought and held on to, 50 years old, and yeah, they just couldn't sell enough of them, I guess, and then, you know, people want disposable, cheap things they can go to Home Depot and buy. So why does this tractor have sentimental value to me? Well, I'll tell you. My journey into tractorhood began back in the mid-1970s. My grandfather had a 1973 wheel horse that he bought brand new, and he had it until he died in 1994, I think. And when he did, my mother, who inherited all of his stuff, his only child, sold that tractor, and they bought a brand new Craftsman riding mower because they thought that would be a better thing to do. At the time, I did not live here in Richmond. I lived up in the Shenandoah Valley. I didn't have room nor the finances to take a tractor, so yeah, it went away. And years later, I really came to miss that tractor, and I wished that I had it back. And I have a very good friend who knew that story. And in fact, when we were kids, probably in high school, he went down to the house at the Overlook with me a couple of times when I was visiting with my grandfather. He saw that wheel horse and he remembered it. And so one night, probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago now, I got lured out of my house, and when I came home, this was sitting in my garage. Didn't have the blade on it, had a mower deck on it. But my friend, who had seen my grandfather's tractor only 2 or 3 times, found this tractor online. It was not in this shape, but he and one of his neighbors who restores tractors stripped it down to bare metal, repainted it, got it all ship shape, and they came over and stuck it in my garage while I was not here. And yeah, it takes a good friend to do something like that. So I've had it now for years. As I said, I've added this. I added the LED lights. Recently put the VersaTurf tires on there. And yeah, no looking back. But this is almost exactly like my grandfather's tractor. The 73 that my grandfather had is what they call the Model 10. They call those, the 73, the no-name tractors because they didn't have a model name. It was just based on the horsepower. So, in an interesting twist, several years after I got this tractor, I made a concerted effort to hunt down the guy that bought my grandfather's tractor, and I did get it back. So it's in the garage down at the Overlook, and I got it running, but then I think it gave up one of the rings and started smoking. So it's not in as nice a shape as this. It needs to be repainted and probably needs an engine rebuild, and that's on my list of things to do. But I'm happy to have that back. So anyway, yeah, this has been in the family now for a long time, and yeah, I'd have a tough time parting with this. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to see how this thing does if we do in fact get enough snow to amount to anything. Well, guys, it's about 8:30 on Sunday night, and the snow has shown up. So we'll still wait till the morning to see whether this converts to ice during the night or whether we get a bunch of snow. I'm kind of excited. Stay tuned. Well, guys, it's about 7:30 in the morning. It's raining. Got a little bit of ice here on the ground. A little bit of snow. The dog is thrilled. But yeah, doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of snow pushing right now. There's still a chance we're going to get some more later. So get in and out of the rain. So we'll see how it goes. Again, this may be another snow pushing bust. It's typical Richmond weather. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go to work. So if I'm lucky, I'll come home and push some snow in the dark. Stay tuned. Well, guys, it's Monday night. I'm home from work. In fact, it's been a while. It's almost 8:30. And as I suspected, the snowstorm was pretty much a bust. We got, I don't know, maybe 4 inches this morning. And then it changed over to rain and sleet. And so by the middle of the day, pretty much everything was gone. Just before it got dark, it started snowing again. And I got a little bit of snow in the driveway. And so at this point, you know what? Never say quit. So I'm going to take the tractor outside, and I will scrape off whatever little bit of snow I can with the blade. And before I wrap it up, I'll come in and I'll tell you about an upcoming fun project that I have going on with the tractor and this blade specifically. So let's get out in the cold and scrape a little bit of snow, and then we'll reconvene here. That's always fun. Short and sweet. Well, guys, as you saw, not a ton of snow to get out there, and really not enough to plow, but I did just on principle. And it was fun to get out and play in the snow a little bit. I think at heart I am still a 12-year-old boy. So that was fun. And quite honestly, I've already shot and edited the first part of this video. So guys, Chris from the future here. You know, about 5 minutes after I spoke those words, I went in to finish up this video, and I opened my editing software and opened the project for this video, and the file was completely empty. Everything was gone. All my cuts, all my edits, all my transitions, and music, and time-lapse, and pans, blah, 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 all gone. Fortunately, I still had all the native files out of the camera, so if you're seeing this, I was able to rebuild it, and everything that you've just seen is my second attempt at doing this. So, I don't know, sometimes I swear I think I'm cursed when it comes to making these videos. So, hopefully you're watching this and we're back in the game and you're near the end of this video. So, that was fun. And quite honestly, I've already shot and edited the first part of this video. It seemed kind of silly not to get out and try to put a little snow in front of the blade and get something done. So yeah, it's been quite a while since I've posted a video, and it's not because I'm not thinking about you guys. There's just a lot of stuff going on in real life, and trying to find the time to sit down and edit those videos, just a challenge for me. I'm a little frazzled mentally, I guess. So, but I do hope to get this video up and posted maybe tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see what the future holds after that. I mentioned that I have another project involving this, and it's really why I don't have the LX up here, the Kubota, to push snow. I have some work that I need to do on this tractor, specifically to the blade. Now, you can't see, but behind the camera, there is a new blade. Well, new to me. It is certainly not new if you look at it. It's going to require some work to get it up to snuff. So I've got a video that I'm going to shoot explaining why I have to make the switch, what's wrong with this blade, and mostly about the process that I'm going to use to bring it up to speed and get it in a good working condition. And I hope that it's a process that you guys are going to find interesting. It's going to involve a lot of weird stuff. It involves some wood and a plastic tarp and some rebar and yeah, all kinds of interesting things. So stick around. Hopefully in the near future you'll get to see that. Yeah, I guess that's going to wrap it up from here. It's good to talk to you guys. I feel bad for not being here, but hopefully I can pick up the pace as we roll through winter. Maybe I can find some time and produce a little bit more stuff. So as I wrap it up here, just want to say thanks for sticking around and showing back up. Ed and Ann, we're thinking about you guys. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. Maybe we'll see you next time.